So thankful to be able to connect with you today. We are diving in again to round two of the conversation around competition. So we spoke yesterday about how competition shows up for you, or anybody really, as gossiping, trying to feel that you feel better than somebody that you're talking about, jealousy, envy, trying to sabotage somebody else. All of these things come from a place that is rooted in how we learn to compete with each other. So, as females, and I want to specifically focus and continue to focus on female competition, is that there's something that is embedded into the dynamics of our own societal programming that does not naturally encourage how we connect with each other and how we support and encourage each other. It's almost like supporting our sisters or encouraging our sisters. It feels unnatural because of how deeply embedded this programming around competition is. So I want to take this week, which I think we could go on and on about this for much longer to really uproot how this shows up in our world. But I want to take the opportunity of being able to use these conversations to help unravel some of these deeply embedded programs. I believe that as the divine feminine rises, that we are so much stronger together. And so we know that. Our egoic consciousness knows that. We see through the patterns and the lies that are there, yet there are still some occurrences where we can see someone that has something that we desire or that is farther along on their path or has an ideal partner that we would like for ourselves or XYZ, fill in the blanks. And we not only do we not necessarily see that as something that is encouraging and inspirational, but it triggers this sensation of anger or it triggers this sensation of inadequacy within ourselves. And so I'm sure you can already think of a couple of people. And what's funny is like these can be people in movies, these can be people on Instagram, these can be people that you see on YouTube. It doesn't matter. We have the exposure to so many people in our world right now because of the global network that we're all connected to, that in any way, shape, or form, there is somebody that is igniting that pattern within yourself. So I want you to know that this is not something that's bad. This is not something that's judge worthy. This is not something that's shameful. This is something that occurs by being a product of our own environment. And of course, on an individual basis, we can see this in way extreme examples. But ultimately, like think of yourself in relationship. When you're in relationship and you feel very secure within yourself, that you know that you've got your own back. And yes, of course, it might hurt if your partner is betraying or your partner is stepping outside of the bounds of your own relationship. But with that aside, and just simply focusing on you and simply focusing on your lane, that when you are so secure in yourself, that you know you wouldn't tolerate that kind of behavior or the kind of behavior that would ignite a sense of mistrust intuitively in your partnership, that you know that you wouldn't tolerate that behavior, so that you know that you wouldn't be in that type of relationship or you wouldn't be in that kind of relationship, that you would magnetize a kind of relationship that would be balanced for you by means of mutual support, mutual encouragement, a deep sense of trust, unwavering faith, and also that you yourself are behaving in that way, that is honoring the growth of the relationship. So I like to use the example of intimate relationships because I think it is the most common ground where we can find these kind of micro and also macro triggers show up, where we are illuminating our own feelings of inadequacy or where we are feeling our own feelings of low self-worth. So it doesn't always have to be that there's a competition going on. But the way that we become naturally territorial or naturally jealous, and I do want to say that jealousy is a natural base human emotion, right there with happiness, joy, anger, sadness. Jealousy is right there. Babies feel jealous, dogs feel jealous. We see this. It is a naturally occurring emotion. I even have a video on here that's called Jealousy Gets a Bad Rap. And it's to be able to identify that when we're feeling jealous, it does mean that there is something that we care so much about that we don't want to lose it. And so the shadow of that comes up and can show up in really nasty behaviors and in really nasty ways. And also, if we can just acknowledge, I'm feeling jealous. It's identifying that there is something there worth nurturing and there's something there worth loving, and it might even be your own value of self-worth. So it's not to say that this is a reason to control or manipulate your partner's behaviors. Yes, you can grow with each other. You can grow and you can shift and you can ascend through patterns of emotional manipulation and competition together. Because yes, I'm identifying this as a conversation about female competition, but obviously this is competition that is wildly prevalent within men as well. Just me being a female, it's easier for me to identify because I also know it from the inside out. I also know it by unraveling the patterns within me. I also know it by understanding the environment in which I grew up in and where I was blind to jealousy or competition of others because I didn't want to see it as true. And once I grew up and grew old enough to be able to see and go, oh my gosh, that's what was happening. And that's why I was feeling XYZ, da 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 da. So as I'm desiring the growth in my reach, the growth in my connections, the growth in my just platform impact, because that's a desire that I feel is embedded in the encoding of my own soul. It's been there forever. And so as I'm desiring that, I'm seeing that there are these opportunities for me to grow in the expansion of how I want to show up in the world and how I want to show up with my sisters who are also rising. And so when I feel those tinges of envy or when I feel those tinges of jealousy, I say, thank you, sister, for showing me what's possible. Thank you, sister, for showing me what it is that I desire that I may not have been aware of. Thank you, sister, for showing me an example of what is out there and what is available for me in the ways that I want to experience this world and I want to experience this life. So we can turn competition on its head by shifting it to gratitude. Thank you for showing me where I have room to grow. Thank you for showing me where I have a gap, a blind spot. Thank you for helping me to acknowledge that part within myself that is desiring that kind of connection or is desiring that kind of experience. And in that way, we can see that we are encouraging rather than limiting ourselves. Because when we hold on to that competition and we hold on to that jealousy internally, or we shame ourselves for feeling it, right? Because like I said, jealousy gets a bad rap, but it is a naturally occurring emotion. It is a cover emotion for something much deeper. So when we're able to feel through our jealousy and we're able to ask our jealousy or our envy why it would be there, what is it that it has to teach me? We can see and we can acknowledge within ourselves how powerful we can show up with the love in our heart that transmutes the programming that we have been embedded with. It is no fault of our own that we've been embedded with these programs and these codes, but it is our responsibility to unify together to be able to dissolve and neutralize this. I believe in the world of light workers that we all have our own lane. We all have our own encoding that is going to come together seamlessly and come together in unification and come together beautifully by our own unique skills and talents. But if we're competing with each other, we can't come together. And right now, what I believe this world needs more than anything is divine sisterhood as a divine feminine energy rises within us. That if that divine sisterhood is powerful and adored and encouraged and supported and witnessed and not shamed by what is naturally occurring within us. Rigorous self-honesty and self-reflection is the most powerful and most courageous choice I believe that we can make to transmuting and influencing the collective unconscious together. That when we're able to be honest with our feelings and we're able to feel what we need to feel and journal what we need to journal and just be honest with what's there, maybe we feel called to share it, maybe we don't. But we individually have the power to transmute and clear these patterns that we've been embedded with. So, are you who are here with me live? Thank you all so much for your supportive comments. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, play the algorithm game with me. Yes, I see lives are the best in the comments. Please join me here every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at noon Pacific Standard Time. Yes, there's a different kind of mojo, a different kind of magic that happens when we are live. So please join me if you're seeing this on the replay at those times. Let's go ahead and do some tapping. Let's go ahead and do some energy work. I want to keep this about 8 more minutes. Let's see if we can get it under 20. So let's go ahead and take a nice big deep breath. You can place your hand on your heart and hand on your womb if you'd like. And if you don't have a womb, thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding space here. So let's go ahead and place our hand on our heart. Connecting that grounding cord, your root chakra, all the way down to the center of Mama Gaia. Clearing any energy that is keeping you from grounded. I'll go ahead and share a light prayer to help you clear your grounding cord and connect to the center of the earth. Sitara ia tono kua pusatiriania ia kunaka usotoranaka ia wapunaka sitirara awanaka pusatrini ha akupu susutonokai. Ia teatarai ia haakumunakai ia siatara ua haakanaki ia tarai ia konako apusu susunua ua punaki ia torona ua puana haaka sitiri aunako apu kutarakai ia ua haatarai ua yatarai ia noko apu sususunakai ia torona ia kia kiatarai ia ka haakapua. Big deep breath. Releasing from that root chakra all the way down to the center of the planet. This root chakra is like a vacuum pulling out any and all foreign energy. So energy that is not yours, that does not belong in your field or in your space. Let's go ahead and set the intention of clearing all cords of attachment. Remembering that all cords of attachment have a place of entry. They all have a place basically where the plug, if you have a bunch of outlets in your energy field, it allows people to plug their energy into your field. Let's clear that so that you can hold clear autonomy in your own sovereign field and space. So close your eyes for a moment and body scan and see where is it that you have plugs of attachment in your field. And let's just go ahead like we are closing down Christmas and putting the Christmas lights away. We're just going through and unplugging, saying thank you for your connection. I no longer need. Sending your energy back to you so that you can be clear and whole and sovereign unto yourself. Iotoronaya yokanai, iotoronaya iatarai, ionokuapu satarai, iakai iotorono huukuapu sutroa. Beautiful. And so as you sit with the part of yourself, go ahead and activate the energy of competition in your field. You can see competition as a word, you can see competition as a color, but go ahead and see the energy of competition in your field. Bring that out to the surface, allow it to come to the outer edges of your own aura. Where you've been competing with females, where you've been competing with males. It also comes with approving yourself energy, proving yourself coming from a low value of self-worth. And all parts of you are welcome here. All parts of you are lovable. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to love these parts that may have been rejected, that may have been judged, that may have been shamed. But the true nature of your own divinity is wholeness. It is loving yourself so clearly, so purely, so infinitely, that all parts of your own shadow are worthy of love. They're worthy of integration. They're worthy of divine union within. So honoring the power of your own life, honoring the power of your own wisdom, and honoring the power of your true divine authenticity as you show up perfect, whole, worthy, divine, allowing the egoic structure to relax and to receive this neutralizing healing. And go ahead and rub the palms of your hands together, activating your hand chakras. Go ahead and place them over your ovaries. So feeling that. And again, if you don't have ovaries, if you don't have a womb, if you don't have these parts, that's fine. You can focus on healing your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your sexual energy, your own reproductive system. That's all perfect and beautiful. So as you place your hands on your ovaries, you can go ahead and visualize your ovaries receiving the light of your own heart. And simply plugging your ovaries and your reproductive system into that main grounding cord, releasing all energy from past lifetimes of trauma, from occurrences that have happened in this lifetime, allowing all energy from past lovers return back to its place of origin, return back to the original sender. Clearing, purifying, rebalancing. And go ahead and take a look at your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra is about 2 inches below your belly button, above your root. As you feel that energy there, go ahead and identify or clear that sacral chakra, to setting the intention to rebalance that chakra. Io atarai ia torono ai o a uapu si atarai io a haatarai. Io atarai ia tio torona ka pusu torona kai io wa torota kana kai I torona kai puyo sotrai. So I highly recommend taking about 10 minutes today to put on your favorite song that's going to get you shaking your hips. So move out and shift and shake that energy out of your hips will help to clarify and integrate this particular healing. I want to encourage you, if you haven't already, go ahead and watch yesterday's video. That was part 1, resolving competition. We did a lot of tapping and clearing in that way. This one, we wanted to focus on the clearing and the purification of our divine feminine energy, right? Our creative energy. So as we have, as females, as we have the, I was going to say technology, but that sounds really funny as we're talking about our bodies. But we have the capacity and the capability to create human life inside of our body. So when we are not creating human life, that we are activating our divine feminine creative energy, that life force energy that is activated through our own womb is insatiably powerful, wildly powerful in so many ways. So when we clear out and we cleanse out our womb and we return this energy back to its original sender, and we truly own our own physical bodies for ourselves, which is a fight we've been fighting for a long time. So you doing this energy work and you anchoring that kind of sovereignty and choosing autonomy over your body energetically and multidimensionally in the quantum field, you are sending a wave of energy into the collective unconscious that gives even more people permission to hold autonomy over their own bodies. And for the people that are trying to hold power over other people's bodies, it neutralizes the charge. If they don't have a place to plug into, they don't get their energy source unless they learn how to cultivate their own energy. So, with that, my loves, thank you for taking the time to connect with me here. We do have the program Rise, which is designed for people who are ready to develop their own psychic abilities, who want to help people by anchoring in their soul-centered career. How can you create a career or a business that is fully aligned with your purpose, your ultimate reason for being? So when we activate that alignment and clear any and all debris and stories and belief systems away that tell us that that's not possible, wild and miraculous things can occur. And so that is the mission that I personally am on, is in encouraging those who wish to create a autonomous field of your own financial independence through growing a career and a business and a practice that is fully centered around your heart's, your soul's reason for being. I believe that is my divine purpose in this lifetime. And so I am here showing up to my own divine appointment and ready to encourage those who are ready to thrive in that way. And of course, rise with us. So please find me on Instagram at sitara.speaks. Send me a DM, follow me, continue to connect here with us on our lives. And I will be so looking forward to deepening our experience when you're ready. So with that, I will see you again tomorrow for part 3 of the breaking down the competitive patterns within ourselves with grace and love. And so as we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our call here today is very much in love and very much complete. Ciao, ciao.